Hi everyone, yasas que kalosir thata to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. I have such a delicious dessert idea for you today. These are beautiful and very easy to make. We're combining semolina custard, which is used to make Galaktoboureko, and bugatsa, and we're gonna put it over a flaky puff pastry just to create these beautiful Galaktoboureko Danishes. These are perfect if you're hosting an elegant dinner party and you want to make something extra special. Let me show you my easy way to make them. Okay, we're going to begin by making the semolina custard. So in my pot, I'll add 3 cups of whole milk. In total, the whole recipe has 1 cup of granulated sugar. I'll add about half of it to the pot. This is going to keep the milk from sticking to the bottom of the pot. And then add a little pinch of salt. Heat this over medium heat until it's scalding hot. In the meantime, let's get the remaining ingredients together. So in my pitcher over here, I have 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. I'll add the remaining granulated sugar in here, 1/3 cup of fine semolina flour, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Just whisk that all together until everything is combined and nice and smooth. Once the milk is piping hot, add it slowly to the egg mixture while you're consistently whisking. This is going to temper the eggs so that way they don't scramble once we add them back to the pot and we cook this all together. Add everything back to the pot, whisk it all together, and put it over medium heat. At this point, you don't want to move away from the stovetop because the bottom will start to stick. So continue to whisk this until the whole mixture comes to a boil. Once it starts to boil, turn the heat off and you'll see that the mixture is nice and thick. Take it off of the heat and add in 1 tablespoon of cold unsalted butter and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. If you want to give it a little bit more of a floral Greek type of flavor, you can also add 1 or 2 tablespoons of orange blossom water. If you love rose water, you can add rose water to this as well. And then mix it all up until everything is combined and transfer it to a bowl. You can cover the top with a piece of plastic wrap. I just leave it. It is going to make a little bit of a skin on top, but that's fine. We're going to let this cool to room temperature, and then I like to chill this in the fridge until it's really, really nice and cold, and it's going to thicken a little bit more. So you can do this step a day before you're assembling the pastries because the custard does need time to chill. So once the custard is nice and chill, we're gonna make the pastries. So I like to buy these big sheets of puff pastry from my restaurant supply shop. The smaller ones will work too, but it's gonna be a little bit harder to find little ramekins or tart shells to make the round in the center. I'll give ways to work around that on the blog post, but I do love these big sheets just because you can make a nice size little Danish with them. So I'm going to cut this into 6 squares. They're about 5 by 5 inch, somewhere around there. Not perfect, but around that. And this is what they look like once they're cut up into squares. I'll place them on a baking tray that's lined with parchment paper. I also like to pierce the centers with a fork. That's going to keep the air out and it'll help keep the bottoms flat. Of course, we're going to ensure that the bottoms stay flat and the center stays flat with the ramekins and the little tart shells that we're going to put in the center. But I also like to do the little piercing as well. I have an egg yolk here with a little bit of milk. Whisk it all together to create an egg wash. Brush the edges of each Danish so that way they get nice and golden. And then you can place a piece of parchment paper on top of the center of each of the Danishes. And then either use a little ramekin, you can use whatever you have that's going to fit in the center to kind of keep that center down. Pie weights are going to be great too, but I'm using these tart shells that I have to make little mini tarts and these little ramekins just so I could show you that you can really use anything for this. I'm using rice to fill the little bowls up with to weigh the tart down. My oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to go in on the center rack and it's going to bake for about 22 to 25 minutes. Around the 22 mark is when they look really nice and golden. I'm going to take them out, carefully take the ramekins and the tart shells off of the pastries. If the center looks a little bit like it needs a little more baking or color, you can pop them back in the oven for 5 more minutes. You can pierce them as well just so that way they don't puff up, and then let them cool completely. So I like to transfer the chilled custard to a piping bag that's filled with a large round or star tip. And I'm going to pipe custard into the center of each pastry. I go heavy with the custard. We all love it. I like to top this. Now you can garnish this with whatever you want. You can use fresh fruits, ground nuts like pistachios, but I love using sour cherry preserves. So a spoonful of sour cherry preserves on top and a little bit of that syrup from them. I have a recipe on how to make this on my blog, but if you buy it from the store, it's super expensive if you buy it from the store. If you ask me, it's so much better to make it yourself. But if you want to buy it, you can drizzle that syrup on top for more flavor. Then I like to finish this off with some ground pistachios on top, a generous dusting of powdered sugar so that way the edge of the puff pastry gets slightly sweet. And there you have it. The Galaktoboureko Danishes are ready to serve. And there you have it. The Galaktoboureko puff pastry Danishes are ready. Just look at how beautiful they are. I love the combination of cream and sour cherries and pistachios. But if you don't like any one of those things and you just like the semolina custard with some cinnamon on top, or you can put some fresh fruit on top, dust it with powdered sugar and call it a day, that's an option too. I'll put all of the options and all of the ways that you can serve this on the blog post, as many as I can think of. Let me know if you have any creative ideas down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You can print this recipe out on the blog, dimitrasdishes.com. Galaktoboureko.